Right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Crossing Swords. As always, I'm Andrew.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Buongiorno, señor.
Nosotros somos internacionales.
What's the name in Inglourious Bastards when he's trying to do Italian? Do you know what I mean? Gorlami.
Oh yeah. What's the other thing he says? He says there's like a word he says that's just so
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. I saw Tarantino talking about that not that long ago, and he said he was like, at no point was that the idea for the way he was going to say it. He said, but when they were doing like a read through, like a rehearsal, as soon as he said it, he was like, well, fuck, that's how we're doing it in the film.
Yeah.
He's like, that's the way. Just this properly southern drawl. Buongiorno.
It's just a shame he hits women, isn't it?
Who?
Brad Pitt.
Does Brad Pitt hit women?
Yeah.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, he used to beat up Angelina Jolie.
I'm going to shell it, come in. No, I'm joking, obviously.
Adopting all those fucking children.
Save some for the rest of us. Damn
Do you
girl,
know?
we hungry.
No, sadly, it's like allegedly.
Shit.
But none of his children have anything to do with him, included the adopted ones, which you think would be quite.
No, I do know that none of the kids.
That's why.
Yeah. Allegedly.
I
don't want to get sued. I apologise as well. My voice.
I mean, by the way, I'd love it if Brad Pitt was listening to
my voice is on the go.
Oh, you got the
I don't know if you can hear it. No, I had the lurg. It went
on
then.
the back end of it.
And then literally the last
Did you get it when you went on holiday?
I got, literally like
because that's always the way. It's always the way.
I think the accusations are because I was wandering around Poland in shorts.
Oh, that doesn't help. I imagine Poland's a bit nippy.
I mean, like, it wasn't hot.
Yeah.
But I didn't find it cold. It was a bit cold.
Yeah.
It was still shorts weather.
Because I imagine Poland, right?
I'm picturing
as quite a dark place.
Okay.
Which is unfair considering we come from quite a dark place.
Yeah, it's very sunny.
Yeah?
Yeah, during the daylight hours.
Both
of them. No, it was fine.
Yeah.
It was just a little nippy. Look, you can't go to...
Look, while we're talking about Poland, you've been away twice in the last 2 weeks.
Yes.
The first time for quite a monumental moment.
Yes.
As a Palace fan in particular. You got to be there for Palace's first ever European night.
Against Dynamo Kiev.
Quite a historic European team. How was that? How did it feel? How was the experience?
Great. The atmosphere was fantastic. Some of the bars were saying they did like 5 or 6 months worth of trading in just a few days. But that's just because
the Brits,
I think, and also most of the teams that go there are going to take it relatively easy. It's a bit more of it's a joyous occasion, but it's a bit more of a regular. Like for the AZ Alkmaars, they play in Europe a lot of seasons. I want to say every season.
Yeah.
So, but since there's 3 competitions now: the Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference League.
It's more common.
It's a lot more common that they're one of the teams that qualify for something each year. So, like for their fans, they're probably looking at it. They might go, "Oh, I'll do this one, but I did one last year, and I will go, but we won't." But for us, it's like a huge occasion. We made the most of it.
Everyone wanted to be
that
there.
square was buzzing in the middle of the old town.
Well, I also heard, because obviously Kiev is in Ukraine,
yes,
that their fans are also in Ukraine.
Yeah.
So, from what I understood, like the Palace fans almost had the run of where they were in Poland.
I think the capacity was... no, not the capacity, sorry. The attendance was about 6,800.
Okay.
And about 3,400 of that was us.
Yeah.
And even then, in the home end, there were Palace fans dotted around.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, it was really good. I particularly enjoyed. There were 2 standout moments for me, other than the win and the goal and all that stuff.
Yeah.
There'd been reports of Russian drones flying overhead in that part of Poland.
Oh shit!
On the day before the game.
Well, you had said they'd bombed areas in Poland.
So we were singing the sort of, there's 99 bottles of beer on the wall, but we were singing. There were 10 Russian drones in the sky, and Jean-Philippe Mateta shot them down, and then 987, so forth. Yeah. And also after we were singing our customary song, and I'm just going to sing this for factual purposes, for educational purposes. Please don't sue us, UEFA. Please don't send us a fine. So we sing "Fuck UEFA," "Fuck John Textor," "Fuck Marinakis," as a song. And after that, they said, please, they put an announcement over the tannoy, but it was obviously in like broken English. So they were like, please
Don't sing this.
remember to show respect and display positive emotions. So we were singing positive emotions. And so anytime anything...
That's very British.
Anytime anything negative came up, we'd all just sing positive emotions. So that was a definite takeaway.
Yeah. Do you reckon they got it? Do you know what I mean? Like the like,
I hope so.
Oh yes. I mean, I don't know what the Polish accent's like, but
I believe you were about to show us.
Oh yes. Positive emotions.
Classic
Kazakhstan.
Classic Borat.
Yeah. Massively insensitive. Can I just say as a sidebar before we move on, I've never been more pleased in my life to see how quickly you can be proven right sometimes. I remember us discussing Nottingham Forest, right? And we were like,
Yeah.
I was honest, I'm praying for their downfall for no other reason than their shit. But no, do you know what? Their fans are cunts as well. I'm just going to say it. Because they're all going, oh, Marinakis, he's the best owner ever. He's taken us to Europe. Thrown it all away. They're fucked. Brought in Big Ange. He's going to be gone shortly. And they're...
Do you not think he's going to stick around to win the championship in his second season?
It's unlikely. I don't think he'll win enough football matches to stick around that long. But they're already lining up Sean Dyche to replace him. And I like Sean Dyche, but he's not the answer.
No.
But they've gone from Nuno to Big Ange to Sean
Forest
Dyche.
is one of them clubs where it's a bit like Man United, where it's... It's a big if, but go with me.
Go for it.
If I'm a football manager...
Yep.
Like professional football manager...
Who's your assistant?
You are.
Oh, that's very sweet of you.
And no, you just
I'd be the Peter Taylor to your Brian Clough.
While I'm sorting out all the tactics, and Matt, you're bringing the vibes.
Absolutely. I'm on board with it.
I wouldn't go near the clubs.
No.
Man United, Nottingham Forest, and Watford. The only reason I would go near Watford is if I thought I just fancy a quick little payday.
It's quite lucrative.
I'm not investing in the future. I'm not thinking I'm going to... Because if I was a manager...
If you had a spare few months on your hands...
I'd want to go and, I'd be the kind of manager, as much as I think it's good to come in and just do a job here and there,
yeah.
I think we all would. You want to be the manager that builds something. You want to go to a club.
I might be the wrong guy to ask about this.
Your history on Football Manager.
But go on.
But I'd want to go in and build something and start implementing a certain style, a certain system.
Yeah.
Obviously, the first thing you start with is togetherness and work rate and stuff like that.
That's what this guy's here for.
And yeah, just slowly building the squad and taking it so that you can look back after 3 or 4 seasons and say, that's where we were, this is where we are, that's the achievement.
Yeah.
But you're not going to do that at Watford.
No.
You're going to be there for a few months.
Not with their current owners, anyway.
And you move out. So if you just want a quick payday, great.
Yeah.
But to go to Forest and work with Marinakis, or to go United and that place is just cursed.
Yeah.
I would not touch any of them as a manager. Would you?
I'd probably give United a bash. Because I'm sure every manager that's gone in there since Sir Alex has had the exact same thought I'm having right now. What if I'm the guy?
Yeah, and I get it.
But in fairness, if you look at some of the names that have been there, for me to think that I'd have any chance, but maybe I have. Do you know what I mean? Maybe a nobody coming in who's just humble, is like, guys, just gather around. I can do this. Do you know what I mean?
I'm here for it.
And I'd find good footballing people to bring along with me to be my coaches, and I'm not going to be the guy setting up the drills. I'll watch every training session, but I'm the vibesman. Do you know what I mean? I'm Harry Redknapp. Jerry.
Do you know what I was listening to?
I nearly called you Jeremy.
I mean, you love Jeremy, so I guess I'll take that.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, you mean your nephew, not Clarkson.
Yeah. I don't love Jeremy Clarkson. I love Clarkson's Farm. I think it's a fantastic series.
Power.
What?
Power. I can't do it with my,
Power!
But...
We now need that on the soundboard, don't we?
I'm not going to skim to the Clarkson one we've got. Yeah, I wasn't going near him. But anyway, I was in Poland.
Yeah.
And then I came back on Friday night.
Did you get fucked up?
The first night I did a little bit, yeah, because we went to this bar and the pints were £2.26. And so we
That's
like.
ridiculous.
I mean, it was a fine pint.
That's cheaper than it used to be when I first started going out clubbing.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So, and what do you know what I really liked? And this is like a weird little thing in this bar. It was like a proper little mazy thing. All the rooms were like seemed like private rooms, but they weren't.
Okay.
And they all had TV screens in it. It was a Barcelona bar, and there was actually a model of the Nou Camp when you go in.
Okay.
And Barcelona were playing in the Champions League that night. But there was a pool table in there. No coin operation. No,
Just free.
you didn't have to go to the bar to get the cues or the balls. It's just all there.
Yeah.
So as long as you're around and you're next, perfect.
Yeah.
That £2.26 pints, I was buzzing.
Mental.
So yeah, then I came back Friday night, and then Saturday morning off again
to sunny Mallorca.
to sunny Mallorca.
Yeah.
A
For a
lovely
romantic
week.
week away with your lovely lady friend.
Yeah, to be honest, we had like one little moment.
For a moment, I thought you were saying something.
We had one little moment, maybe two.
Argument or romantic?
Like disagree, a little falling out.
Okay. First holiday away together, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, you're going to find
No,
anything you care to share?
No, just a little moment. We just got on each other's nerves for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes, 20 minutes later, we were all fine.
Yeah.
I got to actually bust out the I told you so, which, as you know, in a male-female dynamic in a heterosexual relationship is not often that the male gets to...
You shouldn't do it.
What, brag about it now?
Well, no. Do it ever with a woman.
No. She knew. As soon as it happened...
Go on.
She knew. So it was really windy on our last night.
Right.
Because, as I've said to you before we started recording, there was a storm came in on that morning, like proper thunder,
and you
lightning.
a lot of roughage.
Proper storming. And it was really windy. She's outside and on the balcony. We're up on like the 4th floor. And she said, let's sit and play some cards. And they're my playing cards, by the way. And I said, no, I'm not playing cards. I said, it's too windy. I said, they're just going to blow away. And she was like, no, they won't. So I went inside, getting ready to have a shower. And then I just see her dart across the balcony with this look on her face.
All of them have just gone.
One, thankfully.
Oh, okay.
One went and she stopped the others and packed them away. And as she ran after the one, it flew onto the balcony below. So we had to go downstairs.
You didn't knock for it.
There was no one in. They'd left like 2 days before.
But you'd still knocked for it.
I went and got
Playing cards are not expensive.
I went and got. I don't give a shit. I'm not leaving down playing card. So I went to the hotel reception and I got them to confirm that the room was empty. Then I got the bloke to come up to the 3rd floor and open the door, and I ran in and grabbed a playing card.
Insane.
I didn't tell him what I dropped onto the balcony. I'm not a fucking maniac.
But did he then see you walking
No,
out
I just ran out and put it in my pocket.
So what did he think you'd left with?
Didn't say.
Wow.
It was never said. I just said something blew down.
Wow. But did you rub it in Steph's face?
Yeah. Of course.
God, you're good at relationships.
I didn't really rub it in, but I did do like a...
You gave her the look.
I knew it.
Fair enough.
So that was that moment.
But you've come back, you're refreshed.
I am refreshed.
Good.
Do you know what's fun? When we came back, I've spent the last week... Well, no, I've only been back a few days, but I spent the last week walking into shops and saying, hola.
You're that sort of prick.
I am that prick.
The thing is, when I'm somewhere, like when I was used to go Greece and places like that, I know the odd phrases. So yeah, you do it while you're there.
Yeah.
But I've never, ever.
Didn't realise I was doing it until like yesterday.
So you just walked into a boss man's shop. Hola.
Honestly, there's a shop round the corner from Steph's. And when we got back, I was like, I really want a sugary drink. So I took a walk around the corner, walked in, hit him with the hola, and it was only a few minutes after I'd left. I was like, oh, I see what I've done there. And I've just done it ever since. Did it in Sainsbury's the other day. Got to the counter and was like, hola.
They probably just thought you had special needs.
Who's this special Spanish kid?
If you gave them that look that you just gave me as you said it as well, with the
They'd be
really
like-
wide eyes, like, hola.
Be like the scene in Euro Trip. For a special little guy. Okay.
Love it. But yeah, been dark times while we've been away, Jake.
Are we back in Poland? Is this going to be another Poland thing?
It's not
You just mean
Poland.
figuratively dark.
I mean figuratively dark. A lot of stuff's gone down again.
It's been a really busy period.
It has. Where do you want to start?
What a time to be alive.
Where would you like to start?
America?
Go for it. They're not on my list.
I just meant the Donald.
Go for it.
Everything the Donald... The Donald basically fixed the Middle East. I don't know if you've seen this.
Well, yeah, and
They've had problems for like hundreds of years.
he solved it.
The man.
Yeah.
He'll probably get a Peace Prize. He didn't get this one.
No.
Have you got the clip? Can I send you the clip to play?
Send me the clip.
Okay.
I did
love this clip.
see the clip.
I'm 90. After I said it to you, I went back and looked for it because I was like, this is getting fucking played. I don't know whether you've got Do Not Disturb on, but if you go to my chat.
Do have to.
If you go to my chat, it's coming now. You
I've
can
got
play
it.
that.
People, Donald Trump's coming at you.
Who actually got the Nobel, the person who actually got the Nobel Prize called me and said, I'm accepting this in honor of you because you really deserved it. That a very nice thing to do. I didn't say then give it to me though. I think she might have. She was very nice.
She would have.
I mean, it's very Donald Trump. I mean, you've said for ages he was gagging for the Nobel Peace Prize, wasn't he?
100%. I like the only reason he was getting himself involved
Yeah.
in all that mess and the stuff in Russia was because he wanted that Peace Prize.
I don't understand why that's so valuable to him, though.
Just wants his name in lights. He just wants the legacy of everything. He wants to turn around and say, I'm the greatest human that ever lived.
I
And
guess.
statistically, I'll prove it.
I mean, I'm not
I
a
was
narcissist,
president
so I
twice.
can't.
And there's not that many people that win a second term
After losing.
Yeah. I was that good. And they asked me back. I've got the Nobel Peace Prize because I was that good. I fixed the problems in the Middle East. The problems that have been going for hundreds of years. I just fixed them.
Yeah.
I was the highest selling author of whatever. I sold 20 billion gold watches, whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He just wants to be the greatest human that ever lived. I truly believe that's what it is.
Yeah, but you actually... I mean, look, I'm trying to think of it logically, aren't I? I'm like, but you have to actually be the greatest human that ever lived to be considered the greatest human that ever
I think
lived.
he thinks he's in with a shout.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't understand Donald Trump at all. Do you know what I mean? But then I'm not a narcissist. I can't put myself...
Fake
It's really
news.
difficult.
Fake news.
Big Daddy Big's a narcissist.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? That's part of me, but it's not all
It's
of
not
me.
you. It's not who
It's a
you
character I inhabit. Do you know what I mean?
are. I think it's Batman Bruce Wayne. Like, who is the character actually?
Exactly.
Is it you or is it Big Daddy Big?
Is that like when I'm backhanded old women late at night at the weekend when I've had a few too many, I ask myself, which one of me is doing this? Because I just enjoy it.
Do you ask the old ladies for their opinion?
No, women are quite forthright. They tend to just offer them without being asked. Do you know what I mean? So you have to just...
You've got to give the backhand
Yeah.
by means.
See, that's me inhabiting the
It's
character.
support, really, in a way, isn't it? The domestic. But I'm going to still go
teaching
down this
them.
line.
I'm educating.
Anyway, the
Yeah.
Donald thinks. What do you know what was most sickening about that? There's a clip with him in Israel. No, it was in Egypt. Him and Benjamin Netanyahu, and he called him like Bibi or something.
Yeah.
And he said, you kept asking for weapons. He said, sometimes I said I don't even know these weapons, but we got them. And he said, and you used them well.
Yeah, and I think he was saying like they're the best weapons that have ever been made, and
But you kept asking for weapons. We gave you the best weapons, and you used them well.
yeah,
It's just unbelievably sickening when you're talking about the genocide that's happened to the Palestinian people.
yeah,
Unbelievably sickening.
yeah.
Bragging about it, joking about it.
No, I completely
Horrifying.
agree. I completely
Horrifying.
agree.
And this is the man that his followers think is going to get the Nobel Peace Prize. How can a man who stands there and says, I gave you the best weapons and you fucking used them well, get a Peace Prize?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just I put that into context. Mad.
Well, I suppose if you completely wipe out the opposition, there is peace. I suppose. Do you know what I mean?
In a way, it's a bit like, it's a bit like scoring 5 own goals and then saying I should get top scorer and man of the match because I did technically influenced the game the most and scored the most goals.
Yeah.
It's like, are you listening to yourself?
Yeah.
Are you insane?
While we're talking about Gaza and Israel, there's been a peace deal or a ceasefire. What do you think?
I hope it works. It already hasn't, by the
Yeah.
way. Israel have already been guilty
Have they?
of not officially breaking it, but like there were reports of the IDF or Israeli drones being responsible for killing, I think it was 9 people
Fuck's sake.
on the same day that it was all the hostages and stuff were exchanged. That's the other thing that really annoys me. Israeli hostages, Palestinian prisoners.
Yeah.
They're the same.
Well, as we know,
It's-
the Gazans are seen as subhuman. They're treated as such by the media and like even by the BBC. You see it in the language.
yeah,
Of
dead
the
versus
articles.
killed and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sadly, it doesn't surprise me. When they announced it, my mum said, "What do you think?" And I was like, "I don't see it lasting. I think it's being done probably for a PR opportunity for the Israelis to get as many of their hostages back as possible. But they'll find a reason. There'll be some
Well, I think-
justification."
I'm no expert on it by any stretch, but I think that shouldn't be underestimated. The fact that Netanyahu's support for Netanyahu in Israel has dropped the longer it's gone on, and
Yeah.
part of that is from the people saying, we want our people back.
Yeah.
And I'm sure some of them know that there were offers for that. Like this happened 2 years ago, October 7th. we're
It's
saying.
mental,
right.
isn't it?
There's been several offers on the table over the last 2 years to get those hostages back,
Yeah.
and Netanyahu hasn't taken any of them. And so I think, like you said, being able to get them back gets those people off his back, and it
And then he
kind
can
of
continue wiping
pushes
them out.
down the naysayers. Yeah, but Netanyahu doesn't want peace; he wants Gaza.
Yeah.
That's your clip. That's your soundbite. Take that. That's what it is.
Yeah, and it's not funny. I thought when it's mental when I've seen footage recently of what Gaza looks like, and it's just rubble.
Yeah.
And there was this poor woman that, because they were obviously allowing people back into areas of Gaza they weren't allowed in for ages, and she went looking for her home, and she was like, "This is the tower block that used like it was here. It's not anymore. It's just a pile of rubble."
And that's the other thing when we talk about how many people have died and been killed, Palestinians. How many more bodies are they going to find when they dig up the rubble? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I was listening to something yesterday, I think it was, and this is just children. 18,457 confirmed. So that's not including the ones they'll find under the rubble one day that so far have been killed by Israel or by the
yeah,
IDF.
but it's just a war on both sides.
Yeah.
And also, you got to remember how many of the 18,000 children. That's 18,000 probable Hamas operatives.
I mean,
You know, look,
there's no doubt, is there?
They were almost certainly all terrorists.
I mean, look, we've said before, they probably would have joined Hamas as they got older.
I mean, in
because
all
you would,
seriousness,
wouldn't
yeah.
you? If you grew up somewhere, if you were one of the fortunate few that actually managed to make it through the genocide, you're not going to grow up and be like, well, I want peace with Israel.
If you were
Do
at
you
a
know what I mean?
formative age now, any age really, but if you were at a formative age now, 14, 15, you're still a child, but you're sort of a young adult, particularly like young men, and you had, you were always under occupation. You were always, the IDF were always a problem for you. The Israelis were always a problem. But then you go from having, like that woman saying, you have a home, you have a family, and then within the space of a year, 2 years, you've got no home, no city, no family. You're going to be pretty pissed off at the people who did that, and there's
Yeah.
no real mistaking the people who did that.
No. And if the
So-
only communication you're then getting is these people are evil and we need to kill them, it's not going to take much convincing, is it?
No, not at all. It is honestly sickening.
Yeah.
And I want it to be the first steps. Even if we just get another decade of relative peace. Because it's never been peaceful, ever.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? The word peace doesn't feel like it applies, does it?
No.
Because these people, even if the ceasefire holds for 10 years, they're not going to know what peace looks like. They're not going to have a normal free existence where they get to be safe and have a family and grow old, they're always going to be under the threat of death.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, even if they left them with a sliver of Gaza, they're going to live forever, one, surrounded by Israel, as they currently are, just blockaded in, constantly worrying about, is today going to be the day they decide to finish it off? Because that, for me, I can't see any argument other than Israel wants to eradicate the Gazan people and the Palestinians in general. They want
certainly this current Israeli government.
Land. Yeah, I don't think like the wider Israeli public want that, but the people in charge of their country do, I believe.
I think anything on the wider population and whatever would be speculation. Well, not we can speculate.
Yeah.
We're not a news.
I've seen stuff
journalists.
where there is obviously people like in this country on the radical side that absolutely support what's going on, but there is countless people that don't.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But the current government, to turn a phrase that we've borrowed before, that's just counting.
Yeah.
That's not speculation. That's just seeing what's happened.
Yeah.
And listening to what they're saying and what they're showing us.
I also saw something quite upsetting about our own government in relation to this, that in September, because the government's claimed it stopped selling arms to Israel.
Yeah.
Record sales to Israel for arms in September.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
And we have, since before October the 7th, been flying, using RAF planes and pilots to fly recon and target missions for the Israelis over Gazan airspace to help them pick targets to shoot. So,
and when they struck Qatar as well, same thing. It's our planes that were doing the recon.
I can't wrap my head around why would. I mean, I've mentioned my theory before that I think the reason we're doing it is because America in particular and us like the idea of having a nation that we believe we control in the Middle East that gives us influence and power and control over other nations. Where in relation, I don't think we actually have any of that, because I don't think we have any real sway over Israel at all. I don't think America does at all. And that's down to political donations.
No, I mean, you look at Trump when he was like, I'm not happy with them. They said to me they're not going to do it, and then they did it.
Yeah.
I'm not happy.
The strong Donald Trump that claims he can strong arm and get what he wants out of anyone gets absolutely nothing. I mean, you can only assume if that's the truth, and Donald Trump is this amazing, strong, powerful man that everyone bows to, that they're doing exactly what he wants.
Yeah.
So, but genuinely, I think just from finding out those things, Keir Starmer's reputation in my eyes is irreparably damaged. He can't ever come back from it. I'm ashamed that he's our Prime Minister. I think I'd like to believe that history will look upon him appropriately and see him as such.
I'd like to hope everyone who not just supported but who didn't outright condemn the actions of Israel, I'd like to think that will be looked back on.
And I think that
with
slip he
favour.
made after October the 7th, when Israel cut off food and supplies to Gaza and were using collective punishment, that he said, I have every right to do it. I think that was him being honest. I think that's exactly what he thinks. Because I find it's really difficult, isn't it? Because I thought he was a principled person before. So either he never was, and the goal was just to be in power
or he's been
one
corrupted.
day, or he just sold his soul the minute he got into office and is doing whatever. He's just sold his soul as soon as he's got into power.
Hope he got a good price.
But I mean, look, we're nice people. I can't imagine a price big enough that I would go along with.
Not
that.
genocide.
And not just to turn a blind eye, but to supply the weapons to fly RAF planes over their land to target mostly innocent civilians. It's baffling. It's absolutely baffling.
It's a monstrous lack of morality and humanity and empathy and all the things that make us.
And I don't know about you, this might be a bit extreme. I find it really difficult to feel any patriotism in the face of something like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean? Like that, I feel a deep shame that I live in a country where our leaders are, and I know we're not responsible, and I know we didn't know at the last general election that that's what Keir Starmer was going to go on to do, but we did elect the man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel quite a deep sense of shame about it. And I remember hearing about the Gaza-Israel situation long before October the 7th, and ironically on like Joe Rogan, and I can't remember, he's the lead singer of a band, he's really outspoken, he's old now, I can't remember his name.
Really narrowing it down.
But
we're right, we're going to get
it. Is it Roger something?
Roger Daltrey, lead singer of The Who?
That's the one.
He's a bit of a tit now.
He is, but at the time he was really outspoken about the conflict and that we should be doing something about it and helping the Palestinians. I don't know what he's up to now.
Well, the main reason I call him a tit is because he really rallied for Brexit.
Okay.
And then when it made it difficult for musicians to tour, he was like, well, why? So stupid. It's like, you literally, unknowingly, apparently, rallied for this.
Yeah.
A little bit of research would have actually shown you exactly what you were rallying for.
Yeah. But I remember...
But if he's right on that, all for it.
Yeah, but I remember thinking at the time, I didn't understand what was going on, and I remember thinking that I can't be bothered to look into it, and I feel ashamed about that now. Do you know what I mean? But it's why I'm glad now that when we feel it's appropriate, we sit here and we discuss it, and
we try and give it the reverence it deserves.
Yeah, like, because... And it's why, like, when it comes to like migration, when people are here crossing on small boats and things like that, as much as I don't think they should be doing it, I just imagine the desperate situations some of these people have come from. And if I was in their shoes and the other side was like, no, you're not fucking welcome here, like how that would feel to have gone through everything you've gone through to then show up somewhere where we've contributed to the issues that have brought you to their shores.
You'll be pleased to know, I've been, since his election as leader of the Green Party, I've seen a lot more of Zack Polanski, and I'm liking a lot more of Zack Polanski.
I'm glad you said that.
He said something quite interesting, it's quite, I think, good on Question Time. And when he said,
I thought he did quite well on Question Time.
And he talked about integration, and he said, you know, we've spent the last 15 years shutting down our community centres, shutting down our libraries, shutting down all these services.
And then are upset
and
about
then,
integration.
you know, we're talking about integration. How are they integrating? We're not helping them. We're putting blockages in the way and then moaning that they're not doing it.
Their only option, if you come to this country, is to stick with people from your culture, isn't it? Because there's no other place.
Also, by the way, can I just say, given what I've seen with a lot of the flags and the protests and stuff with the flag shagging stuff, for example, I saw one a few days ago that said protect our kids, but it was ARER. Meanwhile, there's a suggestion that incoming migrants might have to learn English to A-level standard. And it's like, well, I'm so glad that all the patriotic Brits are already there.
Yeah.
Top notch. Also, I don't know if you're 8-level English. I mean, I know there's English language.
Insane.
But I know there's English language and English lit, by the way.
You've got to write short stories.
But I was going to say, what we're saying is, you can only come here if you can analyse a poem.
Yeah, that's mental.
Like, imagine that. You're sitting in I know we've moved on quickly from the Israel thing, by the way. But imagine you're sitting there in the room at the airport or whatever, and they go,
what's that famous poem, the half-caste one? Do you know? I know that's a bad word to say, but it's a famous poem by it's going to annoy. And it's fantastic. I remember learning it in school. But imagine showing
they go right, okay, so we're going to call you pick any name for Mohammed. It's the most common, name. Read a fucking book, right?
It's a safe bet.
Say good morning, Mohammed. I see you want to come into England. Can I ask you how much money you have on you ready to start your new life, please?
I have no money.
Okay, that fair enough. But
I spent it all getting here.
That and I understand it's a very expensive process. And can I ask you, Mohammed, when you come through, do you intend to work?
I have worked all my life. I want to work the rest of my life, support my family.
And when you talk about your family, will you be bringing any more family with you? Have you got family here?
My children and wife wait for me back home. They come here.
Fantastic, Mohammed. And can I just ask you, could you just read this by Rudyard Kipling and tell me what you think it really symbolises, particularly this third verse here?
No.
Really sorry, Mohammed, but we're just going to have to send you back on the first flight back out, my friend, because unfortunately, you do have to know English to an A-level standard to come through the door.
That's mental, isn't it?
It's batshit.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll go through. I don't think it's something we'll pursue.
Is that one of Reform's ones, is it?
Classic. Do you see someone got jailed, by the way, for threatening Nigel Farage?
Yes, I did see that. Yeah.
Which is fair. Like, they literally... It was a direct threat
to
someone's life.
No, and they should
That's
do.
absolutely fair.
Yeah, no. Like, I can't stand Nigel Farage. I don't want anyone to kill him. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'd never make that threat.
No.
Anyway.
No.
Can I talk to you while we're on the area of that kind of far right in the UK? Can I talk to you about Tommy Robinson? You may not be aware of him. He goes by Stephen Yaxley Lennon.
Yes.
Who you're probably more familiar with.
I know
one
that
of his
name.
many names. So he's currently on trial.
What for this time?
I'm going to walk you through what happened step by step and then arrive why, because there's been a lot of discussion about why he's on trial.
Okay.
And there's a few things for it. So, first of all, I want to be clear. He's on trial by a judge. It's not a court of peers. He made that choice.
Okay.
He was offered, do you want to take it to a court of peers or do you want to take it to... So he was... I mean, obviously, it is ultimately up to the legal team on the state, whether they do, but he can...
I've watched a lot of legal stuff. I think I'd probably, depending on what it was I was being accused of, I'd probably lean towards a judge.
So, it's a sunny morning.
Yep.
You're working border force down at Dover, the port of Dover.
Isn't it beautiful here?
Lovely day. And this beautiful, crisp, gleaming silver Bentley rolls up to your office. And you think that's a nice car. And you do recognise in it as well. You notice, you say, I recognise that man.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, let's just be clear, that's a man that's been done for visa fraud before.
Yeah.
And you're working border force.
Yeah.
And he's in a lovely, lovely car.
Yeah.
That doesn't belong to him.
Of course. Was he snorting coke off the surfaces? He likes doing that
They
too.
sort of pull him to the side.
Yeah.
And they search the car that doesn't belong to him.
Yeah.
And they say, good morning, Mr. Yaxley Lennon, where are you going? And he says, I'm going to Benidorm to take the car to my friend. Okay. And what ferry are you taking this morning? He goes, well, I haven't bought a ticket yet. So he's turned up at the port.
Can you
someone else's car.
Can you do that?
Well, yeah, if you want.
Okay. I didn't know. I don't know if there's a ticket office.
Unbelievably unlikely now that someone would do that.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's turned up in someone else's car without a ticket.
Yeah.
That immediately
sets off alarm
suspicious.
bells.
Like, let's be honest, no one's going.
I bet he's not on the insurance.
No one with a mind is saying, well, I don't know why that border guard's pulled him over.
Yeah, yeah.
All his questions seem to be in order to me.
It all seems...
So they pull him over and they search the car.
What did they find?
They find €1,900 in notes.
Okay.
And about £12,000 in notes.
Okay.
Cash. So this man's got about 13 grand cash in a car that isn't his.
I mean, to you, that's chump change.
At a border with no ticket.
Yeah, yeah.
At this already, to you or I, and this is no anti-Stephen Lennon bollocks.
Yeah, yeah.
Just on a remove your own subjectivity. That's sus.
Yes.
Okay. So they pull him on Section 7. That's what he's been arrested of. Article 7 of the Terrorism Act.
Right.
Basically, they've said to him, because they're pulling him on terrorism charges, suspected terrorism charges.
Do we know what Section 7 is?
Oh, yeah. So this is what I was about to say. So like Article 7 or whatever it is. So because they've pulled him on that, the legal demand then is that he hand over the PIN and the password to any electronic devices. Okay. So they've gone to search his phone and he said, no, you can't have the PIN because there's, quote, journalistic material on there.
Right.
And that's why he's on trial, because he under Section 7 of the Terrorism Act, you are legally required to hand over the PIN to your devices. If you don't, you will be charged.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what he's being charged for.
Fully explained to him at the time.
Yeah. So that's what he's being charged for.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people saying, oh, bloody terrorism act. It's like, well, yeah, but it's, first of all, it's not the terrorism he's being charged for. It's not giving his devices
My
to the
only
police.
question would be, so that they've charged him up, why did they charge him under the Terrorism Act?
Well, they searched him under the Terrorism Act.
Why?
It may be a legal loop. It may be a legal
I mean,
loophole.
look,
it may be that they know they've got more powers under the terrorism thing.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, it could be because he's been arrested on borders before. He's been arrested multiple times before. He's not unknown to the law. He would be considered a high-risk individual, so perhaps that's why he was treated thus.
And like I said, look, at the end of the day, because also terrorism isn't just like, we think terrorism, you might think going and blowing something up, but it's also about rallying hate speech and trying to generate
and having
violence and
cash
aggression.
on you in
And
a
let's
car
be honest,
you don't own.
he's got history of trying to rally and using hate speech to rally people into violent acts. You look at the attacks in Southport, the riots in Southport last year that were led by
and his own football
stories
back in the day,
led by stories peddled by him. So I wouldn't necessarily call it terrorism, but I think from a legal standpoint, you could argue that was a form of domestic terrorism.
No, fair enough. I'm just covering the bases. I'm not defending Tommy Robinson.
Whatever they've. But the fact is, personally, I don't think you can be at all questionable about the suspicious circumstances that led to him being pulled.
If you rock up to a border in a car that's not yours,
an expensive car that's not yours,
a very expensive car that's not yours, Bentleys aren't cheap,
no,
with a lot of cash on you, like in different denominations as well.
No ticket.
Yeah, with nothing, probably looking like he's charlied off his nut, because let's face it, most of the time, he's charlied off his nut. Like Ant Middleton, I don't know if you saw this, the day of the massive demonstration that he led, Ant Middleton accidentally released footage that because he was filming everyone, and there's a bit of footage where it's the afters of Tommy, like his face was just pressed to a table, and he was making a phone call to get more Charlie.
Sure,
So,
I haven't seen it, but I believe it.
And it was hilarious. So yeah, like it's not, the thing is, he goes about his life like he's a victim. Do you know what I mean? Like he's just a victim of happenstance.
It's interesting you say that, because one of the things he's been rallying to his followers is that this is state persecution.
Of course.
Because it's done by a judge. He chose. He chose not to go before a court of peers.
Yeah, but this is like Donald Trump logic, isn't it? He was like, they forced the judge on me.
It's like that. He's like, the judge is going to do me because
I'm
the
Tommy
country hates
Robinson.
me.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, yeah, but that I think that realistically the judge is going to do you, because if you went before a jury, they would also do you, because of the fucking circumstances.
I think I'd actually say I could see a jury, depending on who ends up in that jury.
Yeah,
he might actually have a better chance. Do you know what I mean?
Sure. But like I said, when you lay out what's just happened.
Yeah, look, it's pretty bangs to rights. You show up at a border with a ridiculous amount of cash and a car you don't own that's not a cheap car, that's a very expensive
And also now you're in court, because you can request, again, I'm not a legal expert, but you can request to submit evidence and have it not made public. So whereas like a lot of this stuff is being made public outside of the court, they can submit evidence that the court then says, look, we're going to show you some evidence, but if anyone publishes that outside, you're going to be done by the courts.
Surely he has the opportunity before a judge to be like, look, judge, this is where the money came from, this is where the car came from, I'm on the insurance.
Well, I think
now
I think his argument is to submit the evidence and go, you said wouldn't hand over your PIN because you had journalistic material. What's the journalistic material?
Yeah.
What were you trying to protect, and why was there material on your phone that you didn't want the border police to see?
I find it incredulous that in any way he can claim he's a journalist. Do you know what I mean? Because he's made a couple of...
And he made that documentary that he got fucking sued the shit out of, by the way.
He got put in prison for, by the way. But that's the thing, like, I think he lives his life in that way very deliberately. I think it all...
Of course.
It feeds the narrative, it feeds his support. Like, this is a guy that floats around the world staying in very lavish accommodations off the dime of his supporters, and quite a lot of them quite questionable supporters, and we don't know where the money comes from. It's all very dodgy. And I actually was listening to something recently where they said he was on a new fundraising, maybe that's what had just happened.
Yeah, well, apparently his other argument, or his followers' argument, is that all of his bank accounts in the UK have been closed by the individual banks and stuff because of who he is and because of his political beliefs.
Yeah.
And that's why he's got all his money in
Look,
cash.
we do deals with all sorts. We allow all sorts of dodgy individuals to get their money into this country. He can absolutely access money that's not cash within this country. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? He's a right-wing
With the
grifter.
supporters he has?
Have you
Do you
seen?
know what I mean?
By the way,
Elon Musk is behind him.
have you seen? I know, and he's claiming that Musk is funding his whole legal fees.
I'd believe it. He supported, what's her name? The one who shat in Johnny Depp's bed.
Amber Heard.
Amber Heard, thank you. He supported her
That's
financially.
excellent legacy. That's what she's known by.
This really sad thing for Amber Heard, right?
That
Because I think
probably is.
that will be what she goes down in, unless she goes and wins several Oscars. And even then, I'm pretty sure she'll be known as the woman who shat in Johnny Depp's bed.
It'll be the thing that distinguishes her from the other Oscar winners. It'll be the thing that distinguishes between her and Meryl Streep.
Yeah. Like, she's won more. She's
That woman who won?
She just outshone Meryl Streep.
You know that woman who's won like a shit ton of Oscars, and you're like, Meryl, no, the one who shat in the bed.
Yeah. And everyone will know it's Johnny Depp's bed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Have you seen the latest right-wing grifter?
I haven't.
Or the latest person who's, I think, is going that way?
Go for
the
it.
latest person on the Stop the Boats bandwagon? It's Bonnie Blue.
I thought that was a joke. I saw a post on X that she was like, I wouldn't have sex with a migrant. So it was nice to know she has some standards at least that she sets for herself. Do you know what I mean?
I imagine when there was that queue of like 1,000 men, there was someone at the door going, "What were you from? Did you come here legally?
I actually think,
Can you show me your visa?"
I don't think she actually believes in any of that nonsense.
No, but it's easy money.
And also, the sort of men that will turn up to a $1,000 challenge, I would imagine, are the sort of knuckle scrapers that are flag shaggers and hate migrants.
Look, I'm not saying this for the sake of it. Many people listening might disagree. I genuinely think, like,
I mean, you said you date Bonnie Blue, so...
Oh, no, I didn't say I date Bonnie Blue. I'm just saying if there was a woman with that... Look, I'm not getting into it. We've got a lovely little audience, a really steady little audience, and it's decent, and we've grown it up, and I'm really happy
Would you
with
fuck
what we've
them all
got.
in one day?
I'd fuck them all in a minute.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. But if we really wanted to kick on and get proper the kind of followers where we're getting money on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, wherever, I genuinely believe that if we turn to the right-wing grift, between you and I, we absolutely could peddle enough shit, say the right things, it's also about the tone of anger you hit.
Yeah.
I think we could hit every mark and make a decent living if we turn to the right-wing grift. It's easy money.
You're probably
I truly
right.
believe that.
I like the idea of doing it satirically, like boys sort of style, where they don't know what we're doing. But it would have to be quite scripted. Do you know what I mean? You'd have to set up stories and reactions where do you know what I mean? It would have to, but I think you could do it in a way where they'd be like, they're speaking our language, and like we're just like.
I'm not against trying it, by the way. I'm absolutely not against trying it.
But that would take a lot of. We'd have to start under a new umbrella, I reckon, because all they'd have to do is go back.
Oh no, look, we wouldn't. We'd have to. It would be a different thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Like, and then what we say to them is that this is just us owning the libs, taking the piss, man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
like showing them how ridiculous they are.
I truly believe we could make a living. Out of doing the right wing.
I mean, look, it's the to-do thing at the moment. It's what if their careers in the toilet, just go to the right, like Ant Middleton, Katie Hopkins. You've lost everything. Just like fucking Lawrence Fox.
Find God, hate migrants,
and
just that's the easiest money you've ever made.
Do you know what I mean?
The problem
Lord,
is
it's the year of our Lord 2025.
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say brother. It's a bit too cash in it for the right wing grift.
I forgive you, my son.
Thank you, Father. And if you sexually molest me, that will give you a lot in common with the people
I want to give
on
you
the
my
right wing
holy
grift.
liquid.
Hello. Have you seen
what are we talking?
Do you know what? You used to talking about that. Have you heard so Taylor Swift released her album this week?
Right. Okay.
At the start of the month, and on there's a song called Wood, and she quite explicitly talks about Travis Kelce and her having sex.
Oh right.
So she says one of the line is like in the chorus something along the lines of like Redwood, you were the key to unlock my thighs. Like it's
I
very
think we need
explicit.
to get to that.
And then there's a fantastic, because I don't know if you know Travis Kelce and his brother Jason do a podcast.
Yes,
And
it's
Jason-
a football one, isn't it?
Yeah, and
It's very popular. in
Jason
America,
Kelce was
isn't it?
talking to him about it, and he's like, bro, that song, what do you make of that song? And he's like, oh, you know, I like the whole album. And he's like, no, but bro, he's like, that song is definitely about you. And he's like, oh, you know, I think it's about you. He's like, no, bro, it's not just about you. It's very specifically about an appendage of yours. And it's very complimentary.
Forgive me, it sounds cocky.
Yes.
He amortized me and opened my eyes. Redwood tree. It ain't hard to see. His love was the key that opened my thighs.
Yeah. There's like, I don't need to catch the bouquet to know I've got a hard rock coming my way.
Yep. And baby, I'll admit, I've been a little superstitious.
And in the background as well, after every time she says one of these, she's going, on the song.
The curse on me was broken by your magic wand.
And
Seems to me that you and me, we make our own luck. New heights of manhood. In brackets, manhood.
sells it.
I ain't got a knock on wood. All of that bitching, wishing on a falling star, never did me any good. I ain't got to knock on wood. Ah, it's you and me forever, dancing in the dark.
Dancing in the dark.
All over me, it's understood. I ain't got to knock on wood. Do you know what? I respect it. Do you know what? She's clearly... I've seen lots of videos of them out and about together, and they do genuinely just seem like two people that are madly in love.
But like, if you've never listened to their podcast or watched any of their clips or anything, go and find the clip of that, because his brother is... I love his brother. Like, there's... When the Eagles won the Super Bowl a
because
couple
aren't
of
they
years
both
ago...
superstar NFL
They're both
players?
won Super Bowl. They both got Super Bowl rings. When the Eagles won a few years ago, he was out in the street, and like all the fans were partying and stuff, and so the camera crews were following the crowd around and being like, look at the celebrations. And then they were like, is that fucking Jason Kelce over there? And he's just on a balcony just having the fucking time of his life.
Yeah.
Absolutely wasted non-stop since that final whistle went. But that thing, because he talked to him, he's like, bro, that's about a very particular part of you. And he's like, it's very complimentary. He's like, Redwood, come on, bro. He's like, do you know what mine would be? He's like, mine would be like, oh, Japanese tree, sometimes seen.
I like it.
I don't know how we got onto
I just hope
sex.
to God they never break up, because that poor man's going to have some serious shit written about him. Never liked his dick, it was tiny.
Tiny cock
Tiny
couldn't
cock
feel
cunt will be the name of the new album.
it. And then, you know what? I picture the artist who's written Tiny Cocked Cunt as the album with a fag in their mouth.
It'll be her going through a midlife crisis, like Madonna now. Do you know what I mean? Or like Madonna of maybe, was it about 10 years ago when she was like kissing Drake on stage and stacking it at the awards? That'll be
Taylor in her
Taylor
whore era.
Swift, because she's just off her tits all the time, fagging gob all the time, snorting Charlie off of every arse cheek she can find.
Let's just hope she doesn't have the same deal as Tommy Robinson.
Or maybe she should. Tommy seems like he's having an
He's having a
absolute
great
ball.
time.
Oh, I wasn't expecting to talk about, is it Travis Kelce's massive
penis.
massive penis?
Massive schlong.
Massive schlong.
If that was me, by the way,
I'd be so happy.
I'd be going around to everyone saying, have you heard the new album? Yeah, track 7, belter. Do you know, I'd every single person.
But I should really listen to it the whole way through.
Just walk into the supermarket and being like, oh, what's this playing? Is this
I
I'll tell you what you want to listen to.
A supermarket song.
No, but I'm going, well, you know, I'll tell you what you want to listen to. You want to get Taylor Swift's new album on. Track 7 in particular, I don't know if it's track 7, by the way, but I'll be telling fucking everyone.
Tell you what, while we're talking funny, do you want to hear something hilarious? This is something my sister sent me. This is from Help I Sexted My Boss, or whatever it's called.
Should Wolf have anal sex with the person?
Let's try this again. This is all
just
gone
pause it
back.
for a second, okay? It was you can all not knowing what's come up, and then the next word's being have anal sex.
Because Instagram does that really annoying thing where you have to tap on it for the sound to play, once it's opened. So let me try that again.
Some instances we should. Wolfbagging. To have anal sex with a person who, prior to the deed, has swallowed a piece of raw bacon with a length of string attached to it. One end of the string hangs out of the mouth of the anal recipient, and as the moment approaches for the anal giver, he yanks the piece of string, causing the other person to vomit up the piece of bacon. During vomiting, the muscles in the anus become tightly clenched, causing an amazing sensation for the anal giver.
I mean,
I genuinely don't know what.
First of all, let's not pretend this isn't something new. When I was in school, there was a thing called the donkey punch.
Yeah, well, that came from a famous film. That came from some film that was about a group of... I don't know what the film was called now. It might have actually been called Donkey Punch, I think. And I was told the end of the film was this guy's having anal sex with this girl and his mate had told him about donkey punching. And if you hit someone in the back of the head...
They clench up.
Yeah.
That seems to be taken to unnecessary... I'm not saying
It's
beat your
insane.
woman, by the way. I'm not saying that's the alternative.
Look, we don't kink shame, but I feel like that...
It's quite a little bit of shame.
Yeah. I think you need to have a look at yourself. If you're doing that to your significant other...
Also, like...
What's worse,
this
that
is
or
such
donkey punching?
That. Because you can punch someone gently. Or,
I
like,
to do it
also,
hard.
I know this is so, like, practical, and it's, you know, it tells you that I'm no longer in my young, fun, kinky era. I'm in my old man, yells at cloud state of life.
Missionary.
I'm talking missionary.
I'm talking missionary.
Where I'm on top and she's on bottom. I say that to Steph all the fucking time, by the way. Every time I promise her a wild night, I'm like, I'm talking missionary. Missionary, the one where I'm on
the
top.
things
and she's
I'm
on
going
bottom.
to do. Crying after 30 seconds.
Mate, it's just good to get it all out.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, this is how you know I'm in my old man era. The last thing I want to do, like the first thing I want to do after I finish sex, is just kind of enjoy the moment a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Just the afterglow.
Yeah, just kind of like...
Bit of intimacy with
You're sort of cuddling her, you're saying, oh, that was amazing. In your head, you could straighten yourself for another shit performance. You know that?
For a subpar
Just
showing.
a subpar performance. Giving yourself a managerial thrashing. Giving yourself the hairdryer treatment in your own head.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to do is
clear up
ejaculate and then have to fucking clear up vomit.
Because you can't ask her to clear up afterwards.
And you can't leave it.
No. Unless you have a bucket at the side of the bed prepared.
Yeah, but then you know, like, oh, you've still got to empty the
I
bucket
feel like
and clean out the
thing
bucket.
is, there is no way to do that and it's be spontaneous. Do you know what I mean? You can't just
You
walk in
have
and be
to
like, babe, swallow this.
Okay, can I just... Okay, if you're going to do this, imagine we're dating
Okay.
and you want to try this. No, not even you want to, like, bring it up to me. How do you
How
say
do you feel about
tonight?
swallowing raw bacon?
Weirdly okay.
But you're completely fine with me doing you from behind.
I'm okay with that also.
Okay. Fair enough. You finally accepted the reality of the situation.
No, I just know if you want to mix things up, we can mix things up.
Give me a turn for a change.
Just make you feel the man for once. But how do you go and tell me, convince me that's what we're doing tonight?
Babe, you've been telling me for a while that you want me to spice things up in the bedroom.
I would love us to spot. Do you know what? I love missionary.
Me too.
The
I
one
love
where
it.
you're on top, I'm on bottom. I love that.
It's amazing. I have no complaints
I'm
about
happy
our
for
sex life. But you've said you want me to branch out a little bit.
I would love you
Then-
to branch out.
And you want me to open up more and be more vulnerable and
I do.
show you my darker side, so to speak.
Just a little bit of fun. I just want us to have more fun.
And this is something I've always wanted to try. It's something I've been thinking about, like, weirdly since I was a kid.
I'm here for it.
It involves bacon and string
I love bacon. That's like one of my passions.
and a lot of anal sex.
Oh, bacon and anal sex, you know I'm in.
So I'm going to need you to swallow this raw bacon, but keep
look,
some of the string.
I'd prefer it. What string? Why is the string
There's
involved?
string attached
The string.
Let me walk you through it.
Okay, please do.
So you'll have a bit of string attached to the bacon. You swallow
Yeah.
the bacon. I know it's going to be hard, but I promise you it's
That's what
worth
she
it.
said.
We're both going to enjoy this. You're going to leave some string dangling out of your mouth.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to enter you from behind.
Naturally, this is what we're here for. This is the main event.
Softly and tenderly, because that's how we get down.
It's the only
To
way.
begin with, at least. Do you know what I mean?
We're branching out. You don't want to go too hard, too fast.
Do you know what I mean? And as we know, you're normally the one giving it to me, so I need to break you in.
I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it.
Need to take a moment to adjust. So I can't just go hammering it in. Do you know what I
Especially
mean?
with what you're packing.
And look, I promise you know what I'm like. I don't take too long, so you're not going to have to suffer the string and the bacon for too long.
Well, I've already eaten the bacon.
Yeah,
That's gone.
it's not.
The string's there, but
But the bacon's not gone, and I'll tell you for why.
where's the what?
I'm going to, whilst I'm giving it hell for leather from behind, when I'm
Sure.
making sweet, sweet love to you from behind.
I'm there on all fours, just having a great time.
After about, I've got better. It's about a minute. After about a minute, I'm going to ask. Now, look, when I heard about this, I heard normally you do it yourself, but I just feel like it'd be more comfortable for you, and I'd like you to be more involved with it. When I say I need you to yank that string like you've never yanked anything in your life.
The string that's still got the bacon.
Absolutely, that one. That same string.
I feel like that's probably going to make me sick.
It will. But I promise you, the orgasm we're going to share together, it's going to eclipse anything you've ever experienced before. You're going to clench so hard as you vomit.
I imagine I will. So you want me to vomit and you to orgasm? I don't feel like that's
No.
a fair end of the deal.
But anal sex for men can be mutually beneficial. You've got your G-spot is in your bum hole.
Listen.
And you know I'm packing, so I'm going to reach the G-spot.
I imagine in normal situations I would ejaculate whilst being fucked up the arse.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's happening while I'm vomiting.
I think you'd be surprised what the human body can accomplish. And I'll be reaching around as well, if that makes it even better for you.
Makes it fairer.
Yeah.
Tough one to pitch, isn't it?
It is.
Really? It's a tough one to pitch.
You can't tell me you're saying no to
When
that
you-
pitch. When I've voiced it like that, I've made myself vulnerable. I've told you I'm being vulnerable.
You were. And my first thought was break up. No, look, I don't like to kink shame. And if all consenting adults are up for that,
Yeah.
fine. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Either end.
No.
Giving, receiving, yanking, eating. But I don't want... it's not for me.
If it makes you feel better, I'll yank the string, if that's the point.
That might make me feel better. But the thing is, like, how would someone else would have to do it, because how could you motivate yourself?
To make yourself be sick.
Yeah.
Well, some people are more comfortable with it than others. Do you know what I mean? Like, when I was younger, I really struggled throwing up. Like, I always used to fight it, and like it meant it would come out my nose, not to be... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
always
yeah.
a really horrible experience. But I remember reaching an age where when I knew I was going to be sick, I would just
Go with
let
it.
it happen. And it made it such a, not a pleasant experience, but a far
More
less
comfortable.
traumatic experience. Do you know what I mean?
Trauma's a good word there, because I feel like that's probably what's gonna
I think it would change your life.
the bacon
wolf
punching, or whatever,
bagging.
the wolf bagging.
Wolfbagging.
Where does wolf come from?
God knows.
Or the bag?
Where does anything come from?
I don't know. I don't want it to make sense.
Nobody knows what it means.
It's provocative.
It's provocative.
It does not get the people
It
going.
does get the
It does
people
not
going.
get the people going.
I tell you what, my follow on to the pitch would be, what if we take turns?
You go, I go.
Yeah, yeah. Not on the
Oh.
same night. We'll take. Do you know what I mean? The next night, it's your turn.
Well, that's the thing as well. Like, you're not going again. No one's ever thrown up and been like, right. Other than when you're absolutely wasted.
I don't know. I think we've met some,
the old tactical
some
chunder.
people that are like, they're good to go. Do you know what I mean?
I'm in my 30s, man. I don't have that. You know, if I throw up, I'm done.
Yeah, it's the end
That's
of the night.
Listen, never even the night. Just write the week off. No, that week's gone.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Look, I tried my best.
You gave it a damn good go.
I thought I did quite well.
I think I would like our viewers, if they can,
Yeah.
viewers, listeners, viewers, if you're on YouTube. And if you're not on YouTube, you can get on YouTube by following the link in the description from wherever you're listening to.
Fucking right.
Fucking A. Yeah, and you can just throw us a subscription, throw us a like, follow us, like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff.
It's
Just literally
fucking free. Just do it.
comment makes the world of difference.
Yeah.
But I'd like our audience to tell us. So go to Twitter,
Yeah.
@Swords Crossing. Go to TikTok, CrossingSwords_podcast. Go to Facebook, Crossing Swords Podcast. Or just hit us up on email, CrossingSwords19@gmail.com, and tell us, would you buy that pitch? Is that a successful pitch to you? Before you were against it, now you're for it. That's key.
Did it even move the needle?
That's
Do you know what
key,
I mean?
by the way. You can't have been for it before. Like if you're for something and someone pitches it to you and you're still for it, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
If you were against it, just tell us how far that needle moved.
Yeah.
Did it move to a or you know, how far did it go? And you can hit us on all the socials and our email and tell us.
I can't make that a clip though.
No, but they can listen. They're listening to the whole episode.
Obviously.
Obviously.
I've got nothing else funny after that. I didn't expect it to take that turn.
Did take a turn, didn't it?
We talked about Zack Polanski earlier. You said you've
I
been
love it.
seeing
Just
more
it just
of
goes
him.
more serious. I'm all for it.
It is
I'm
what
all
it is.
for it. Anal sex, politics. Arguably, the two go hand in hand.
They do.
Because we're all getting fucked in the ass.
Constantly.
And, like, just regular, painful fucking in the ass. That's the thing. Do you think people who really enjoy anal sex take offence to that turn of phrase?
What? Being fucked in the
Being
arse?
fucked in the arse is like a bad thing. Do you think they're like, actually, it's a really pleasurable thing. Actually, the man's G-spot is in the, you know, do you think they...
To be fair, it does feel like something the really far left.
I'm not going to out someone, by the way, but I know someone who loves getting fucked in the ass. I know someone who loves anal.
I'd stop myself. By the way, this isn't no. No, do you know what? We'll talk about something else. Because it's just going to sound like that's what I'm implying, and I don't want to imply that.
Do it, imply it.
No.
Implications be damned, man.
One of the things I genuinely found funny in the last couple of weeks was something to do with your partner. And that
Did you
was...
fuck her in the ass?
I didn't.
Ass. Out your dick.
I'm going to say to you what I said the last time you played that. I will never keep your wife's ass out of my mouth. Was the fact she went back and listened to the episode I did with Alex the last time he was on, where we did the Harry Potter quiz, and just how hilarious she found it. I found that quite pleasing.
Yeah, no, he fucked you big time, and it was very amusing.
I definitely got fucked in the arse on that episode.
But again, do you see what I mean? Like, do you think people who enjoy getting fucked in the arse find that offensive? Not offensive.
I mean, they might do.
But do you think they get bothered by it? They're like, oh, actually,
I think
it's really nice.
I've always tend to find most people of any persuasion tend to be unaffected and non-offended by the things that perhaps lefty people find offensive on their behalf. In my experience,
like I said, offence is maybe the wrong term, but do you think it niggles at them? Not enough to voice it, but do you think they're a little bit, every time someone like, I'm getting fucked in the ass here, they're like, well, actually, if you opened your mind a little,
I reckon if
quite nice.
anything, they might be, huh, your loss. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean? Or like, more for you. In fact, do you know what I mean?
Anyway, Zack Polanski, my man, sorry.
I mean, that is all because he is a gay man. So it does feel like...
Is he?
He's a gay Jewish man.
Sure, I did not know that.
No, in all honesty, I
When I
didn't
started.
until maybe a month after I found out who he was. And it was because he said he was a gay Jewish man in an interview. Not that it matters to me at all what his sexual persuasion is.
If we get him on, I'm going to ask him.
Do you know something? Because he liked one of my tweets about it once, I was genuinely tempted to try and DM him and be like, will you come round my mum's house and do a podcast with us?
Should stop there. Will you come around my mum's house?
And I reckon it's not zero. The chance isn't
he's
zero.
a pretty chill guy.
And he's genuinely...
He's trying to get himself out everywhere.
He is. And to be fair to him, he said, like, whatever you think of Nigel Farage, the one thing he's good at is comms and going out there and getting his message out there. So he said, I want to learn from that, but do it for the good guys, basically. And he's going on everything. He was on Jeremy Vine this morning. He was the first Green leader on Question Time for quite a while, if not ever.
Greens get largely overlooked on Question Time.
Yeah, and since he's become leader, and I think other things has
Which,
played
by the
into
way,
this.
I just want to say would be fair because they've historically only generally had like 4 or 5 MPs.
Yeah.
That would be fine if you go, well, they've only got like 4 or 5 MPs. We're not going to give them any real airtime.
Yeah.
If you didn't then give a disproportionate amount to
So
Reform.
fucking Farage and Reform who have less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, between Farage, Yusuf Zia
Zaya
Yusuf,
who
and
seems like an absolute twat.
Lee
by the
Anderson
way.
since he's switched. Like, but between them, they're just on everything, everywhere.
It is quite hilarious to me that, and there's been a number of like ex-Tories that have gone to reform, and is it Andrea Led? She's become a mayor.
Yeah, was she education secretary?
Yeah, and like reform, like everything the Tories did was a disgrace and disappointing. Here's our new mayor, by the way.
Yeah.
Don't look into what she used to do. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's the best thing. And it just makes me laugh. And I think you'll see a lot of that by the time the next election rolls round. They will have a lot of ex-Tories that lost seats last time round that I think will suddenly reappear under the
agree.
reform banner, because they're going to be grasping for support.
I agree, but look, let's give back the airtime to
Zack
Mr. Polanski.
I'm really hesitant. My history of backing people,
It's not great.
It's not good at all.
Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
I just want to be very clear to Mr. Polanski and Mr. Polanski's legal team that this is purely based on your support and what that historically means.
Yeah.
There's like a 30% chance he did with kids.
or women,
Beats
or
women.
someone. He's
Rapes
abusive in
women.
some way, shape or form, or wronging in some way, shape or form.
But like properly aggressive stuff, not just like a bit of fraud.
Like, I was a big fan of Lost Prophets when I was younger.
Of course you were. Of course you were.
A few of their songs in particular, I used to think their albums are
Shall I do
quite average.
I'm joking, by the way.
Standing on, no,
Obviously, I'm not going to give the ripper.
no, absolutely not.
Fuck you, Ian Watkins. No,
Yeah.
not Ian Watkins. It is Ian Watkins.
It is
Fucking
Ian
hell.
Watkins.
I thought I was about to go off to hate from Steps.
Honestly, I'm not even going to voice the things that man was guilty of and the things he got up to, because there's nothing more sick. Like, if you don't know who he is,
Save yourself the trouble. Don't
don't
into
look it up. But if you are interested, go look it up. It's some of the most horrific shit I've ever heard of.
You've also always, like, just continue on from what you were saying. You've always said that Russell Brand was a big influence and part of the reason you got into politics.
Yeah. I've been very open about that. I was a huge Kevin Spacey.
You were a
fan.
huge Kevin Spacey. I forgot about Kevin Spacey.
Look, he's been acquitted, Jake. He's been
That
acquitted.
one. There's so many. I've forgotten them.
But literally any time, like Ash made a joke the other night because we were talking about who was the best ever English striker in the Premier League era, and he was like, based off your support for Wayne Rooney, I'm expecting him to be arrested in the coming days. So yeah, look,
I can't, by the way, not talk about Wayne Rooney without talking about that time he left a note for the stripper, for the prostitute.
what did he say?
I shagged you, Wayne Rooney. I just left a note on the side.
Like she wasn't aware.
Top stuff.
But to go back to Zack Polanski for a moment, my back catalogue, as we've just demonstrated, of people I support and
Not great.
appreciate, isn't great.
And in the last few months, you've been very vocally supportive of Zack Polanski.
More and more, the more I see of him, the more I like him.
And I'm hesitant to throw my weight behind him because you've already got your weight behind him, and that's not a good thing.
It could look bad for both of us.
It would, yeah.
But
I like the more I see of him, the more I like him.
the way I feel about things currently is that I don't think your party in any way is going to be something that can be supported or got behind.
I think Zack Polanski's got the momentum.
I
on
think
the
he
left.
does. I think the fact that they've, since he's become leader, 30,000 new members of the Green Party, that's paying members. It's not like your party when they got the 800,000 sign-ups to nothing. And all I see online about him, unless you're on the right, is positive, and that people are being persuaded by what they're hearing from him. Because I'm yet to... He did... Piers Morgan's podcast, and he handled Piers about as well as I've seen anyone handle Piers, and it's also not his best showing I've seen of Zack Polanski, and that's because Piers Morgan's an unbearable cunt, and he has this habit of, if he knows he's losing something, he'll focus on one part of it and will not let you move off.
He's
of it.
happy to debate until he's losing and being made a fool of.
And then he'll try and act as if he somehow caught you out on something. And Zack Polanski was very upfront about what they were disagreeing over, because Piers Morgan tried starting off and saying, I have no issue with trans people, but when Zack Polanski answered the question, can a woman have a penis, and he said yes, Piers Morgan said that was ludicrous and bollocks. So you can't say on one hand I've got no issue with trans people, but I think that's bollocks.
I don't think I don't think they exist.
Yeah.
Essentially.
But he did about as well as I've seen anyone handle Piers Morgan when he doesn't like the person he's interviewing. But yeah, I like everything I see of him. He talks very honestly. The comms are on point.
I think I'm probably about 6 months behind you.
Yeah.
The more I've seen of him, and it is since he's been elected, I've started seeing him. More. I like him, and I can see exactly why you were bigging him up and talking about him.
And look, I can understand why you didn't take my word for it at the time. And it's why I've also tried not to like shove him down your throat at the same time, because I'm also aware
I've got enough down my fucking raw bacon and string.
And vomit.
The last thing I need is Zack Polanski's massive green schlong.
But I feel like as a lefty, the Greens as it stands, and like so much could change between now and when the next election rolls around, but of having any real hope of a left movement gaining momentum, I feel like your eggs are better in the Green basket than any other currently.
The thing that Zack Polanski's done as well as anyone and better than anyone is, and we touched upon it briefly, or you touched upon it briefly, is that he's fighting reform at their own games.
Yeah.
He's obviously he's not banging on about certain catchphrases, or banging on about certain, it's all about immigration, Brexit, boats, or whatever. He's more nuanced than that, and he's more across the board, but he's just throwing himself everywhere. And he's online responding to people, or at least his team is online responding to people. So when people are saying things about him, against him, about the Greens, against the Greens and their policies, they're responding, and they're getting themselves everywhere. He's coming across as he comes across intelligent,
as honest as well,
personable, principled.
I mean, he did something that Nigel Farage really struggles with as well. The first thing he did when he was elected leader of the Green Party, he went to Clacton and spoke to the people of Clacton. And that's one of the things I like about him. He'll go anywhere. When the thing came out of Robert Jenrick saying what he said about the people of Birmingham, that there wasn't a white face in sight. Well, it was a particular town in Birmingham, that name I'm forgetting, where he was like, I didn't see a white face in sight, and that's not the country I want to be a part of. He went to that place immediately and went and spoke to the people there, and I feel like, and one of the questions he was asked by Piers Morgan was about, does he want to be Prime Minister? And he's like, I don't really want to talk about that. I want to spread the Green movement, and I want to grow it, and that's my goal.
Yeah, because right now it's funny, isn't it? Because I know Reform. Again, I don't know that they do have necessarily the support that they do. The media is on side with them in terms of they're promoting them, and they've got a big online presence in their following, so it feels like they're everywhere. But in terms of actually stepping out the front door, I don't know that they are as big as they seem to be.
I think it feels like they're massive at the moment.
But the Greens and the Reform are both politically, officially, in a very similar place. And yet one's talking about being Prime Minister next, and one's saying, no, we're nowhere near that.
Yeah.
What do you think's in that?
I think it's the Trumpism, innit? It's being over the top. It's being grandiose. And I think they probably think it's an element of manifestation, that if we go out there and we put out there that we're going to succeed, you're going to see Nigel Farage in number 10, that if they say it enough, it will just happen. But I think what I like about Zack Polanski, and I think what's really important, is that when he's asked about immigration, he talks about integration and things like, and that he gives an honest counter argument to what they're saying, instead of trying to placate it or, beat around the bush. He just goes, no, I disagree with that. I think we should do X, Y, and Z. We should reopen community centres. We should invest in our communities. We should invest in integration, not...
I know that, in terms of communities, there's something that I've spoken about in the last couple of, a few weeks ago when we discussed the issues of the Unite the Nations stuff, and I still stand by it. that if you truly want to be patriotic, go out and do something for your community.
Yeah.
Go out and, you know, like, even if you just, something random, you could just knock up a few batch cooked meals, go knock on your neighbours' doors and go, here's a meal.
Yeah.
Go and pull some weeds. Go and clean some graffiti.
The only thing that's been dug up about Zack Polanski that's been used against him, and I don't know if you've heard about this, is that there was an article done, and this should tell you all about the integrity of the story and how seriously you should take it. It was done by the Scum. And it was back when he was at uni and he was studying hypnotherapy, and they misquoted him talking about all the benefits and different things that hypnotherapy can give, and there's actually been studies about this that prove that in some cases hypnotherapy has increased breast size. And he mentioned that, not claiming that that's what he can do, but mentioned that when he was being interviewed, and then they ran this article saying that he claimed he can make women's breasts bigger by hypnotising them.
All right, listen, babe, I've got some new tapes.
But can I say something, though? I don't think that's a reason. If anything, he's trying to do everyone a favour.
Doing the Lord's work.
Thank you. Thank you. He's a gay man trying to make the world a better place for the straight men.
But he knows we do.
Exactly. That's a man I can believe in. That's a man I can fucking vote for.
I think, the fact that he's gay just tops it all off. He's like, look, I don't want bigger breasts for me. I don't care about breasts.
Yeah.
But I know you guys do.
And
I want us to get bigger breasts.
Absolutely. And I'm all for a bigger breasted Britain. With Zack Polanski at the helm.
We're all for it. Lead him with his chest.
And the women will lead with theirs. But yeah, it's still very early days. All sorts of things could change between now and the next election, but I just hope it keeps growing, and that having a politician...
Do you think... Oh, sorry.
Having a politician that actually engages with people, that spreads a positive message rather than a divisive one, can hopefully cut through.
It's been a couple of months since he's been elected
leader
of the Greens, and he's had a monumental impact, as we've said. It's been. Do you think he can sustain that, even if not to that level, some level of a rise in momentum all the way through to the next election?
It's a long time, and like I said, anything could happen. I think the more successful he is, the more they'll try and discredit him, the more that story about him trying to enlarge breasts, which, like I said, if anything, the knuckle dragging fucking flag shagger should be all for, because who doesn't love breasts?
I also saw a thing about him changing his name. I read about.
Oh, really?
Because when he wasn't always Polanski.
Okay.
He had a more British quote unquote name.
Okay.
And as he got a little bit older, he sort of dug into his own history and stuff, and it was that his family had been evacuated from one of the Nazi-occupied parts of Europe, and moved to Britain, and
they
changed their name to give their kids a better chance it's still a racist country, in a particularly challenging time for people with names that were more foreign, and that he changed his name back to the original familial name of the Eastern Bloc, because he wanted to
represent them.
And as a proud Jewish man, he felt that it was important to carry that.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, personally. Because if anything, because someone might say he's tried to do that for point scoring, there's actually a very small Jewish community in this country. There's actually not that many Jewish people.
Oh, I nearly made the worst joke.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That was the subject I wanted to talk about, but we genuinely don't have time for it now. And it's a shame, because Zack Polanski's been really good on that as well. I mean, we could probably do a quick shout out and just say, like, our thoughts and prayers go out to
definitely
those who suffered the synagogue attack, I believe, in Manchester. And particularly, I've got two names. Melvin Kravitz and Adrian Dolby, who sacrificed their lives to save everyone else at that synagogue. And they weren't the other people put their lives on the line to do so as well, but these two men lost theirs to protect everyone else in that synagogue. And our thoughts and prayers go out to their families. And the reason I would say Zack Polanski was really good on this was he was asked about it in an interview, because the Palestine march then went ahead and there was criticism over that. And he said, for me, they're two completely separate issues. They're two very important issues. He said, as a Jewish man, I feel the pain of what's just happened, and it's hugely important, and we should protect our Jewish community at all costs. But at the same time, there's innocent people dying in Gaza that we should be doing more to help, and we should be stopping the genocide over there. And I think it's important that both of those things are heard and given
And without
the right
saying
respect.
he's done something that I'm very pleased to hear someone high ranking and relatively big and official say, is that support for Palestine is not anti-Semitism.
No.
That's it, because he's essentially, like I said, he's not come out and said those words, but he's essentially saying that. He's saying, protect the Jewish people, but a support for Palestine isn't an attack on Jewish people.
Yeah.
Because if it was, obviously, don't go ahead with it ever, but certainly don't go ahead with it in the wake of an attack. But, he's very clearly defining that support for Palestine is not anti-Semitism. It's not an attack on the Jewish people or the Jewish community.
No, and he condemns what's going on in Palestine as a Jewish man. So and that's why he's perfectly placed to be doing it as well, because he can't be attacked on that front. He can't be called anti-Semitic.
He literally changed his name to get in touch with his Jewish roots.
So, but yeah.
Although someone might argue that that's all for show.
I mean, look, a cynical person may argue look, if you're someone who feels that way, I would just genuinely say, go out there, watch some videos, see what you think of him, and judge him for yourself.
Specifically, videos of him, not just go out and watch them. Pulp Fiction.
Go watch videos of Zack Polanski.
Thunderbirds.
You will
that
find
is
plenty.
A wild lineup, by the way. The first two films that came to my head were Pulp Fiction and Thunderbirds.
Is that the one where Busted did the theme song?
That's a banger of a theme song.
It's phenomenal. I know all the words.
It's an absolute belter.
Spring break's coming round and there's more heroes to be found. There's something
evil going down on Tracy Island.
Absolutely fantastic. So guys, thank you for listening. We already did the socials. Jake did them earlier, like a G.
Yeah, baby.
And we will see you next time.